Hey everyone, welcome back. I know it's been a while. This is just going to be hopefully a short video by request in one of the comments. Someone just wants sort of an overview and a walkthrough of the engine bay. This is our 1985 Caprice Classic. This is the small block V8 carbureted, so this is the 305 V8 with the E4ME carburetor. And I'll just do a little walkthrough here back and forth with the shop manual. So the shop manual here for the small block engine section shows the 4 engines that are available. And it just gives you basically the general description of the mechanical arrangement, connections of the cylinders, the valves, and so on. If you have the diesel version of the engine, that is covered in a separate section. Now there's a whole other section for the wiring and emissions and whatnot for the throttle body injection, the early fuel injection version of the engine for the V6. I'm not going to cover that because that's not what's on my car. Okay, so engine electrical can get tricky too, because especially if you're trying to restore something and you don't know what other people have done to modify it. There is a whole section on the diagnosis of electrical problems for the engine, and some crude drawings here of where all the wires and the wire harnesses go. So we'll just take a look at this in comparison to our actual engine bay. So to help us take a look at some of the wiring, I'm going to take off the air filter housing and pull this back. Okay, so I just pulled off the air filter housing and flipped it forward. So it's exposing the carburetor here. And you can see the distributor back there. And I guess we'll just do a very high-level overview because I don't know all the terminology for all these parts, and quite honestly I have to rely on the shop manual whenever I need to do anything substantial. So let's have a look. I guess we'll start over here by the battery. You can follow the connector to ground and over to the alternator and so on. So I just have the wires here from the battery. They connect in right down here. We've got another large wiring harness up here that comes in from behind the heater core, goes down below the accumulator, up and underneath some of the hoses here, and splits right by the carburetor. You're going to have a couple of connections here for your carburetor. This side here goes to the electronic choke. That's the EGR valve I replaced recently. Then over here, you're going to have other connectors that are going to come up and plug into the carburetor on the top, and then another one that's going to come in and plug in on the side. Now also coming in from behind the accumulator, you're going to have a harness here that's going to come into your map sensor, your oxygen and pressure sensor here, which is then going to in turn feed up and to the carburetor. So this is important if you have the carburetor to make sure that the air-fuel mixture is right. So harness here, harness here, harness down here. I think that's your thermostat. Here you have another sensor down here. Pull these away so you can see. In the back here from your distributor, you can see 4 wires coming down here, which are going to go for the 4 spark plugs on this side of the V8. So those wiring harnesses and connectors are basically shown here roughly. So I'll zoom in and you can see front of the car is here, generator, and you have your harnesses that come up to your carburetor here to your map sensor. And so this below is the code for what is what. So you could take a screenshot of that. And here's the other side. The front is towards the bottom left. Here on the other side of the carburetor, you're going to see 4 other wires coming off the distributor and going down here and coming underneath for the spark plugs on the driver's side. You'll see here another harness section that comes across, goes underneath the washer motor and the windshield wiper motor, with a harness connection here and here. And then that continues on and comes underneath your master cylinder and then goes in towards the dash there. The larger sheath itself comes up and over behind the master cylinder and then down to here. You have this sheath here that comes up underneath along the fender, over the top of the fender here, and then connects over for your cruise control. And that goes in here. You've got some vacuum valves. You've got your vacuum reservoir here. Wiring also comes off of here and connects underneath here for a ground and I believe your horn, and then up to the back side of your lights. Now coming off of this side of your carb, there's that other harness I pointed to before. You've got wires that come down here over the valve gasket cover. You've got a clip here over this part of the exhaust manifold, and it goes down to a sensor right down there. Also, if your system, if your engine has an AC system, you've got another conduit that comes across here and connects up to your AC compressor. Here's a close-up of what I just showed for the connections for the cruise control up to the front left or driver's side of the engine. Here's a diagram that shows a lot of the connectors related to the EGR valve, coolant temperature, spark plug timing, and vacuum. Here's a diagram showing on the right-hand side of the engine, the front of the car's down here, where that oil pressure switch and coolant temperature connections are, as well as your idle stop solenoid. Another diagram here, you can see the EGR valve, coolant temperature sensor, and so on. This diagram shows the connections for all the vacuum hoses to connect to the cruise control. Just take a slow pass through here to show you everything one more time. So you got your windshield wiper motor here, that your master cylinder, here's your steering column, AC compressor, depending on your emission setup, you may have your canister control valve here with some hoses connected to it. Back to the distributor and your heater core. Map sensor. It's a better light here from the other side. There's your EGR valve and your electronic choke. There's your canister control valve right there. All right, that was just a few shots of the engine bay. I hope that was helpful. Please leave any comments or questions. If I can find the answer, I will. But as you can see, this is quite a complex layout of hoses and wires. So anyway, thanks very much for watching, and see you next time.